What is poppin', homies, honeys, homegirls, husbandos, and wifos? We are back with another LP Let's Play on the channel. We're going to be diving into Stoneshard. So let me go ahead and talk about it a little bit. I picked up Stoneshard back in like 2019, something like that, when it first went into early access. I really had a thing for the game. I like the pixel art and stuff like that in the game. It's a turn-based RPG game. Very difficult. Definitely got a learning curve to it. I played it pretty decent amount when it first came out, and then I haven't touched it. So over the past like couple years, it's got a lot of updates. So recently, the last couple weeks or so, I've been dibbling and dabbling in the game, playing around with different characters and stuff like that. Got the DLCs, like the 3 new characters they added. They had a bunch of updates, added a bunch of stuff. So there's a lot of new stuff in the game that I haven't even experienced. But anyway, so I have done some live streams on the game over the past couple of weeks. And I decided, hey, I'll just do an LP on the channel for the game because I don't like being stuck tied to a live stream like when I want to play. So if I wanted to play and record, I could do that whenever. Live stream, I kind of go in when I go live streaming. Sometimes I stream for like 5 hours. Sometimes I stream for 12. Like it be happening. So we're gonna dive in. We're gonna start a new game on Stoneshard. I think this is the patch of Beasts and Sages. I think it's what it's called. So we're gonna get in there. We're gonna get in there. New game. Skipping the prologue. Like if you haven't played the prologue or played this game, you should play the prologue. It gives you a opening to how the game starts. But we ain't getting into all that here. There's also a lot of text dialogue in the game, a lot of reading. I probably won't be reading it. I might read some of it, but I'm not going to be reading all the dialogue in the game. I'm not doing all that. We're here to play and have fun and do a build.
So here I am. The caravan is gone. My leg is crippled. Half my men are dead, and the other half are deserters and traitors. The host be praised. At least I've got the Stoneshard. If I knew I had to deal with an entire cult of devil knows what, I'd think thrice before getting into the whole mess. I'm too old for an adventure like this. If only I could have a good talk with Grinnell right now. I'd ask him what the hell is going on. I've been doing this for 30 years, but I've never found myself in such a tough spot. I need to get back to Bryn. I'm not up to going there by myself, so that's why I sent for you. Do you remember how I helped you out back then? Well, time to return the favor. Damn, it's been so long. Tell me, what have you been up to?
Alright, so your boy talking, that's Varian. You play with him in the prologue, you get to see how he got to this point where he's at right now. Basically, the prologue leads you to here. And you play with Varian, and it basically shows you how to play the game, goes through the tutorials, how you play the game, basically. And it also tells his story. Like, I kind of wish, I like his voice and the voice acting that's in the game. I wish they had more of it. So when the game came out, I think they only had like 4 characters or something. I don't even think this Jonah was in the game at launch, if I remember correct. But they did add a couple new characters to the game, some DLC characters. I can't wait till they add the character creator so you can just make your own character. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we get that sometime soon. So, you know, basically he broke down what he went through, and you pick your character here. There's a bunch of different characters. They all got different things that they could do. Like your boy, they got different things that are unlocked in their skill tree that you can put points into, etc., etc. You got your different stats up here. They all come with some kind of perk, right? Every one of them comes with a special perk that they get, like a unique trait to that character. I don't know what the created character is going to get. Do you get to pick one of those perks, or is it going to have its own unique perk? You know, different stats, right? It explains what the stats do and stuff like that, right? So, you know, strength and agility, perception, vitality, and willpower. Every time you hit a threshold, like 15, 20, 25, 30, you get a bonus that's down the bottom. Like for willpower, it says you get 7.5% magic power, pain resistance, and fortify every time you hit one of those thresholds. So at 15, you get your first 7.5 And then at 20, you get another 7.5 on top of that, you know, all the way to 30, basically. If I recall, the level cap is 30. Outside of that, I've been playing with this guy. I'm a dagger dude, and I've been playing around with the Arcanist archetype, or magic. I kind of like it. I think it pairs well with the daggers, so we're doing that. So we're going here. His unique perk is it grants him some extra experience points. He gets fatigue resistance, up to 20% for each location he visits. So every time he goes to a new spot and gets XP, so like there's like discovery points of interest that you discover, you get experience points, and he gets a little buff called vigor, so he gets that. So it's pretty cool. And then he has another thing: every 6 ability points that he spends in a tree, he gets an additional ability point. So it's kind of dope. So we're going with him. I'm not reading all this. Like I said, we're going to get in there like swimwear and start playing the game.
Is that so? Interesting. Anyway, enough pleasantries. It's time to get to work.
It's time to get to work.
So here's the deal. I can't walk to Bryn with my leg like this. So unless you plan to carry me, we need a cart. We need horses. We're in luck, though. While you were away, I had a talk with the village elder. We came to an agreement. We'll do a couple of tasks for them, and they'll give us a cart and 2 horses. Don't worry about the job. It's nothing special. I don't think you need my advice on how to deal with brigands or the undead. The elder will give you the details. You should go see him right away. No time to waste. Ah, I almost forgot. Here's a map of the area. You need it more than I do. You can also ask the innkeeper about local events. He is a talkative kind. I'm sure he'll answer any of your questions. Off you go then. Good luck.
Alright, bam. So, like, I've been supporting this game, so I do have, like, the DLC pack that they offer you. So when you start the game, you pick your character, you have certain things, you got a little bit of money, you got some food, you got some medicine. You are a mercenary, that's what you are. So let's go ahead and use this map. Let's go ahead, it reveals some of the area around where you're at, right? So see what we got here. We got the drunken bar, we got some farm, the inn, roadside tower. Looks like we got an old grave all the way up there. Alright, we got Pilgrim's Rest. Alright. Alright. Okay. Cool. Alright. So, also when you start the game, you start off with ability points. You start off with 2. So, as I said, in the tree, each one of these characters has different things that they have unlocked. Like, he doesn't have swords. He doesn't have axes. He doesn't have maces. He has daggers. I think he has staffs. Right? He has staffs. He starts with a staff. Basic skills, which everybody gets. He has dual wielding. Alright. Athletics, I think everybody starts with athletics. I might be wrong. Everybody starts with survival, I think, if I recall. Then you have different magic types, and they still have 4 magic types that they haven't even added into the game yet. And I think when the game first came out, they didn't have any of these. They only had pyromancy, if I remember. So yeah. All right, so we're going in Arcanist. That's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to go ahead and get Wormhole, and I'm going to go ahead and get Dimensional Shift to start off with. And so here's your HUD. You know what I'm saying? HP, energy. They don't call it mana. They call it energy. You have your little crafting thing. You also have this that gives you some extra things. Reloading if you use a crossbow. Shouting, which you can use to pull mobs. Healing, rest mode, but you can just press R to use that. I wish this had a key on it, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this up and stick it on 9 for the time being. Attack mode, you can just hit control for that. Well, we just rested, bam. Alright. Skip turns, like I said, it is a Save system. So how the saves work in this game, you can only save the game when you sleep. So you either pay for an inn, you find a camp where that has a bed and you can sleep in it, and it will save your game. If you save and exit, like say you wanted to quit the game and you save and exit, it will create a save, but once you reload that save, it deletes it. So you can't really cheese in that sense. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. I'm just gonna talk to him, skip through all his little dialogue and stuff. He just tells you about stuff. Like I said, I'm not reading all this dialogue, but I do want to go through some of it. So he just tells you about like where crafting people are, the elder, this, that, the third. You can also talk to people around town about interesting things, and he told me about a point of interest on the map where you can get a bear territory, basically. Alright. So I'm gonna go up here, go into this room right here, and I'm gonna go get my DLC items. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on, and I'm gonna throw that on. Alright. Take this. I am taking this off. I will not be using that staff. I will be using daggers for my playthrough, as I tend to have been doing. If you caught one of my live streams, I played with daggers when I'm just a dagger type of dude. Alright, so I walked outside. I got 53 experience for my basically being here for the first time, basically. Okay, I'll come talk to him. He's like a traveling hunter. You kind of see him all around. I'm gonna go ahead and just sell this to him. It's a sleeping bag. All right. I'm gonna go talk to him. He has a quest. So he asked me to get him a bottle of brandy. Asking, can you teach me something? Blah 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 blah. He'll give you a lesson in shields for 250. No, thank you. Bye-bye. Alright. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go get my free weapon. So if you come here and you talk to this guy right here, he will offer you a free weapon. You get to choose whatever weapon you want. Range, two-handed, one-handed, all the type of things. Shields, maces, all the stuff. I'm taking the dagger. That's what I'm going to get. Got the dagger. I am gonna go ahead and equip that. Actually, wait, I want to go back in there real quick and see if we can get squeeze some rumors out of these guys. You know, sometimes they tell you stuff, sometimes they don't. Hey, boom, Brigging Camp, cool. So you can talk to the people in town and they will tell you certain things. Okay, I'm gonna talk to this guy. Okay, ask him if he has any work. He is looking for something specific. He gave me a quest. He wants a bison pelt and horns, but you're not going to get that anytime soon, not unless you get extremely lucky and find it somewhere. That can happen. You can talk to him. Right, what can you tell me? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Heard anything interesting? He has stuff for sale. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and sell this map to him. We don't need it. I'll save that and sell it to the leather worker dude. Alright. Okay. Here is your well. You do, there is survival aspects to this game. You do have to drink. You do have to eat. All those type of things. Alright, so let's go ahead and just talk to him. Tell him about the village. Just, you know, get all his dialogue out of the way. Okay, ask him if he has any work. He's going to give me a quest. He wants me to get him three swords of 2 specific types. Cleavers and homemade swords is what he's looking for. He wants 3 of them. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and sell him some stuff. Yeah, you can have that. I'm going to go ahead and comp me a crowbar. Alright, I'll go ahead and swap that. Put that on there. And if you wanted to know why I bought the crowbar is for busting up stuff, like picking locks and chests and doors and stuff. Okay, talk to this guy. He's kind of, you know, some old guy. Ask him if he has any work. He's looking for something. So, like, a lot of NPCs do have some quests you can do. Doing quests grants you sometimes money, items, reputation with the town. He wants a bear pelt. You're not gonna get that either, not unless you find anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell him this and sell him this. Get my money. All right. So we don't have any gloves. So I'd like to buy a pair of gloves. So I could take this for the magic, but I could take this for the crit. So 25. I'm gonna go ahead and grab these, and I do need a belt. I could get that belt just to get rid of the backfire chance. Fumble chance, backfire. 25, 25. I don't think it really matters, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buy that belt and throw it on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so I don't want to waste a lot of time. So there is a herbalist dude that lives down here. He will give you a quest to get him 3 specific type of plants, but I'm trying to do so, and this is one of them, so I'm going to grab that up. Okay. He's talking. He has problems with the elder of this town. He's just, okay. So he's not going. We're gonna go ahead and sell him this staff, get rid of it. Alright. And then I'll ask him if he heard anything interesting. Okay, nothing there. Alright. Get out of there. Alright. So my goal, usually when I start, is I go up here to this little mill that's over here. A couple maps away. I'll open the map and show you. It's right here. It's called the mill. I like to go up there because there's a little quest where you can get a little free bedroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and haul butt up there real quick. I wanted to see if there was a free plant over this way. I don't see it anywhere, but alright, whatever. But I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, that's another one of the things we need for the dude. Alright. Oh. Okay. Nothing I was looking for. I need one more plant, but I ain't. Here it is right here. Grab that. Okay, so now I have the 3 plants that I need for... Okay, so here's our first battle. Alright, bandits. Alright. It happens. Sometimes you run into them, sometimes you don't. Okay. Now, to be safe, I am not going to rush into battle with these guys. Because you can easily die. Like, the early game can be very, very, very tough. Okay. Yeah, see, look, they're fucking me up. I might die. Okay, he's running, so trying to get away. Not gonna let him though. Got him. Battle Cleaver. That's one of the swords we need. Oh. So we fought our first battle. We won, which is cool. I'm gonna grab this. So you do have a character sheet, shows you all your stats, all the things, your defense, everything you need to know about your character is, you press C. They also have limbs, right? So different parts of your body take damage. So I got that flea wort. I'm gonna go ahead and just use one of those on that one of my wounds because, you know, the bandits kind of hit me up a little bit. Grab this one up. And so up here, you see we have some bumps called Vigor. You get that from discovering new locations, resting, you know, having a good morale, state of mind, that type of stuff. So, boom. Right. So this is, so our went up, because of our unique perk, we got some more vigor because we discovered a new location. We got some XP from it. So we're gonna run up here real quick and we're going to talk to this guy right here. So like, hey, you got any work? He's like, yeah, I lost the key. If you can find it, sure. So now we're just gonna head on down and look for the key. Now, if you want to turn things off, like you see how you see straw on the map, you hit the Alt key on your keyboard and it will turn it off. It's a toggle, so you don't hold it, you just tap it, right? So if you tap it, it'll turn it on. If you hit it again, it'll turn it off. Depends. I've seen people play without it. I see people that like to use it only when it's necessary. So we're running around here. We're looking for the shed key. I should be grabbing up this straw. Possibly make some fodder for the future. So here's the shed key. Bam, we found it. Great. Up some straw. So I go over here and talk to this guy. He's gonna be like, I found your key. Boom, quest complete. Bam, there you go. Well, now he says, hey, you can use that key, you can unlock the shed, and you can have whatever's in there. Alright, cool. Now, there is like stealing in the game. This stuff right here that I'm doing right now does not count as stealing. So when you hover over an item, if it's red, that counts as stealing. So, and yes, you can steal from NPCs. You can steal stuff from people. Alright, alright, can go up in here. Whoop. Okay, so bam, we completed the quest. Nothing crazy, but this little room here has a barrel in it with some stuff in it, and it has a place to sleep. So you can come in here. It's not the best bed, it's not going to give you the best rest and buff, but it is a free place for you to come, stash things, and save your game for free without spending any money at the end. That I'm going to go ahead and hit 0 on my thing. That's for crafting. I'm gonna go ahead and put all these hays in there. Okay, and I'm gonna craft fodder. All right, craft a bunch of fodder. I think you might get a little XP for that. No, you get none. You get no XP for crafting fodder for the first time. So there you go. I'm gonna throw that in there. I'm also gonna throw that key in there. This spear's trash, but this sword we need for a quest. So he gave us a free bedroll, which we don't really need. He gave us some food, and he gave us a free medicine. That's pretty lucky. I don't think I've ever seen that in there. So I'll just throw that in there, sort my inventory out, and I'm gonna keep this clear for the future. So, like I said, there's another quest in the town for the herbalist guy. He's like their healer. He makes medicines and things like that. He will give you a quest to get one of these plants, one of these fleaworts, in a spearmint and bring it to him, and he'll give you a reward. So, that's that. Alright, so we did that. Boom. It is almost nighttime, so everybody at nighttime, like the world is like very much operated like, you know, at nighttime shops close up, they go to the bar, drink, do their thing, and so stores are closed. It's damn near that time. So I'm just gonna sleep here till 6 a.m. just gonna take advantage of my free save, and there it is. So now you see we got a little water droplet up there. We are thirsty. And so am I. I'm going to have some coffee. So we hit I. So in here, you do have a water skin. You definitely want to fill up your water skin at sources of water. So go ahead and drink that. Boop. And our thirst is down. And you can check your thing here. You can see I still have 5% more thirst. I'm hungry, right? So I'm at 17. When it hits 25, you will give it a 25% hunger. You will get basically a debuff that will affect your character in some type of way. So there's intoxication. Like you can buy alcohol in this game and drink it, and it will, you know, do stuff to your character. You also experience pain from taking injuries, fighting, combat, that type of stuff. There's also fatigue, so you need to rest. You know, when your fatigue hits these thresholds, you get debuffs, and then you have immunity to certain things like intoxication, stuff like that. There's different things that do different things to your character. Then you have your morale, and then you have your sanity, right? So, and there's different things in the game that will affect these, right? And depends on how your character will react to things, and you know, you might not get that good buff, right? So what I'm going to do for the time being is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to take the little bit of water I have and I'm just going to pour it all into this pot right here. Alright, just in case I need to come here and cook something to eat that requires me to have water in there, because there's no water here in this spot. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and head on back down to town. Now you can look around and explore these maps. It takes time. This game is not like, I've seen people play this game very fast. I tend to like take my time when it comes to the game. Lentils in the early game, very, very important. You should grab them up if you see them. They're one of the food sources that basically never spoil. So you kind of want them. At least I think so. So if you see some lentils, you probably should just pick them up. I'm just gonna explore a little bit. If we can find some more. I don't see anything. There's sticks. There's hemp. So when you get the lentils, you go in your here, you right click on it and you harvest it, and then you get the lentil beans. So they're used, you can make some food with them if you have enough. At least you need at least 3. Okay. Alright, you can talk to the guards, ask them if they heard anything. And that's the herbalist guy I was talking about. So we're going to go over here and talk to him. Say, hey, got any work? He's going to ask you for some stuff. Deal. Talk to him again. Say, hey, I finished your task. He will take the herbs and he will give you 2 free healing cells. That's pretty good. Ask him if he heard anything. He didn't hear anything. Now, in some situations, I've had it be where I was in town and I explore a little bit, but I like to try to unlock that meal as fast as possible. That's just one of the things I choose to do. You can find the spearmint sometimes, depending. It's RNG if it spawns in the town or not. Sometimes it does. I've seen it, and sometimes I haven't seen it. So sometimes spearmint can spawn in the little town of Osbrook. You just gotta look for it. I just was like, nah, I'm not gonna waste time looking around to see if it's here. And it looks like I don't see spearmint. So now this is not like a tutorial thing. I am just dropping, and look, here goes one right here. I am just dropping some of the knowledge that I do have on the game. I'm not a pro. I am going to die in this game. It's going to happen. You know, I'm not an expert. There are some early game tricks and stuff. So here we go. We got this. Oop, I am going to take that bucket. I'm going to go ahead and move these around. I am going to grab this bucket up, and then I'm going to collect water. So you right click on the well and you can collect water. I'm going to fill that bucket up for the time being. I'm going to go ahead and harvest that lentil. Okay. What else do I have in here? Okay, I got one of the swords. I kind of don't need this. This is kind of garbage, so I'm just going to throw that out at some point. I'm going to go back up here to this guy. I'm going to sell him that other bedroll. Get rid of it, and then I'm going to go to the inn. I'm gonna go here. They have a free cooking pot in the inn. I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up with water. I'm gonna drop those lentils and the free food that I got from your boy in there. Now, I can make lentil soup with these right now, but I'm not going to. I can, but I ain't going to. I am going to go up into this room up here, and we are now hungry, but that's fine. Ain't worried about it too much right now. So, I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna throw this sword in here because we need it for a quest. I'm probably just gonna eat the figs. Like, gonna eat it. I will throw this out. It's a waste of time for me to even hold it. You can't, like, if a weapon is broken, because there is durability in the game, like this weapon has 115 durability and it's red, merchants will not buy it if it's broken, right? So like you're not gonna get any money for trying to like sell it or anything like that, so it's kind of useless. Real quick. All right, drink some water. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this bucket up again. Make sure my thirst is taken care of. Now I'm going to open the map. Alright. So I'm going to go on a little adventure. What's our inventory looking like? Alright. It's alright. Take a little trip downtown. Gotta watch out, like the roads are not always safe. There's usually bandits on the roads. The woods aren't always safe either. There are wild animals in the game that pretty much are almost, in the early game, you really can't mess with them. Now, I remember when this game first came out, I guess they changed up how the animals work in the game, but there used to be wolves on the road, and if you ran into a pack of like 2 or 3 wolves and you engaged, they would kill you, right? You'd die. So I'm sticking to the road for now, just trying to make my way down. All right, we bumped into some bandits again. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put the wormhole on your boy right there. Okay, so now I dropped the wormhole on the dude with the purple glowy thing on his head. And his homie is standing in his spot. Now, wormhole works every 3 turns. So you cast it, then 3 turns, the person that you casted it on goes back to the spot that's on the ground. At any time, you can press the wormhole button and make that person go back. So say in one, like I think we got like a turn or 2, right? Like 2 turns, like we probably got 1 or 2 turns left on wormhole. But since his homie is standing on it, I am going to use wormhole, because if you or another target is on the hole on the ground and you pull them back, that target that has the perp takes extra damage. So I'm going to press 2. He's going to get ported. Boom. Then he took 20 damage and got stunned. Looks like he got stunned. Yes, he got stunned. So he took some damage. Alright, so, and then we have this other skill that's called Dimensional Shift. You can use that to swap targets. You can swap with a target. You can swap 2 targets around with each other. But I'm trying not to take so much damage. And we've already been playing for 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Wormhole on him. And then I'm going to move. Now his homie is standing on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull him to it. And then I'm going to swap them. Boom. Then I'm going to move. See if I can okay. He's dead. So I'm going to drop Wormhole on him. He's going to try to club me. I'm going to swap positions with him. And I'm going to pull him in. Boom, he got stunned because I was standing on his wormhole. I'll poke him in the back, and boom, victory is ours. And we got another battle cleaver. So that's 2 of the 3 swords we need for the blacksmith. So this is trash, so I'm going to throw it out. And I'm also going to throw this out because it's trash. The battle cleaver, doesn't matter how broke it is, it's for a quest. So now I'm going to go ahead and sit down. Heal up just a little bit. And let's check our XP. Alright, so maybe when we get to this place down here, if we don't run into any more trouble. Actually, I have another thing. I'm going to go ahead and use that flea wort on my leg. Heal a little bit. As long as there's some more right here. I'm just going to start snatching these up along the way and use them. Oh, look, a fox. Hunting, like foxes are not aggressive, but there's wolves, bears, moose, there's all kinds of different, like, rabbits, foxes, squirrels. There's all kinds of different animals that you can hunt for different types of meats and leathers and stuff. But you have to have, like, certain skills to be able to get said leathers and stuff. So, that is in, since there's no button for that, there's survival tree. So you start off, I am going to put this on my bar, because if you do kill an animal, you, by default, you can carve any dead animal and get some kind of meat from it. But if you want to get leather hides and other items that you can sell for money, you have to invest in resourcefulness. So, if you want those extra things for extra funds, because the goal is you're a mercenary and you want to get money. Birds, like, if you had a range attack, like, if you're quick enough, you can get a spell off on them and kill a bird and, you know, get some feathers or whatever. Alright, boom. We leveled. Awesome, right? Alright, so I think for my first set of stats, I'm probably going to go perception. I want the extra vision bonus and bonus range and crit and miracle chance. So I'm going to go and start investing my skill points to get perception to 15 so we can hit that first threshold. So I'm going perception. Alright, and it gives, so every time I put a point in there, I get an accuracy bonus and an armor penetration bonus. But once I hit 15, I get that +1 vision, +1 bonus, and +5% to my crit and my miracle chance. So, and we got a skill point. Alright, so like I said, you can put your skill points in stuff. I could put this in here, it'll help my backfire chance when I use magic. But I kind of want maybe I go with this. Not yet. I do want to get this, but not yet. I'm going to go with dagger. I'm going to go ahead and grab up double lunge, so I can. So when I start fighting stuff, I have a skill that I can use that'll do a pretty decent amount of damage to stuff and target a body part, put bleed on them, stuff like that. So boom. All right. Come here. I'm going. Hey, heard anything interesting? He has nothing to say. Alright, there's some free straw right there, free rag. There's a guy here. Okay, he has nothing to say. There's a little guard here. Ask him if he heard anything. He says nothing. Here's a little spot you can talk to some people. Alright, he told me about a cave. Caves are quite interesting and new. There were no caves in the game when I played. So he don't know anything. Talk to him. He got some stuff. So this is like a little inn. You can pay money to rest. You can pay 15 crowns for 1 night. You can pay for a week. You can pay for 2 weeks. All right, and you can come here and go to sleep, save your game, all that stuff. You can ask him about his little bar. Ask him what kind of things he's looking for. He wants you to pay for his information. Ask him if he has any work. He says you can stop back later. There's somebody important that'll come here. You might have some jobs. Alright, cool. This is great. Actually, wait. I want to go back in here. So what I tend to do is I tend to fill up these pots just in case I need to come in here and cook. That's why I grabbed the bucket, so I can fill the bucket up with water. Here's some free water right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill that bucket back up just in case I stumble into another spot. And there's another bucket, but I'm not gonna worry about it. What I am gonna do is I'm going to break into here. Now I'm doing some thievery type stuff, right? So I broke into here. I'm going to steal this man's stuff. I'm gonna steal his pelts. I'm gonna steal that apple and eat it. I'm gonna steal his trap. I'm gonna steal his meat, his antlers. I'm gonna steal everything in here if I can, right? Okay. I'm gonna throw that on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and use this on my leg. I'm gonna use this on my leg. Sort my inventory out. I'm gonna just eat this apple. Okay. Need to make room for that pelt. He got anything in here? Nothing. So I just need to make room for the pelt. I think I might be able to do that. So I'm gonna eat a fig. I'm gonna grab up that deer pelt. Man, you just robbed that man. I did. Okay. I'm just gonna walk out this back door. Now this guard here, he's not really paying attention. But the guards, if you got stolen stuff on you and guards are wandering around the town, they will catch you and they will put you in jail if you have stolen stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the town. I'm going to go up to my little shack or my little shed that I unlocked and stash my stolen goods up there for the time being. Now you can possibly sneak back into town and sell it. Like you probably could. You could get into town and sell the stuff, but you don't want to risk getting caught. So or you can just hold off. Like, I'm gonna come over here to this guy. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna sell him the stolen antlers. Because there's no whatchamacallit. So I'm gonna sell him these for 60. Because he'll buy them. So I just made 60 bucks. So if you can make it here, you can sell the leathers, but there's a guard that usually wanders around. So boom, I made it. So you can come here and sell those leathers to him. Oh, okay, so it's nighttime. So his shop is now closed. So what I'm gonna do is get the hell out of here as fast as possible. I'm just gonna wander myself right over this way and get out and go to my spot and stash this. Eventually, over time, the red hands that you see on the items indicated that they are stolen. Now this meat, if I take this meat and cook it, that thing will go away. But these items, like, you either need to sell them and not run into any security while you're doing it, or you can wait it out. So I'm gonna just wait it out. I tried to make it to the dude to sell it to get the most money I could from it, but we didn't make it in time. So I sold the antlers and made 60, but I can't sell the things because it's nighttime and everybody's going to the bar to, you know, drink up. So I'm just gonna stash these items up, and I think we'll call it for the first episode. That's what I think. And we'll save it, and we'll call that the first episode. Ooh, go in my little hut. Hey, and we'll just stash our pelts. This. All Alright, and we got another sword. I technically didn't need the stick. I think I picked it up on accident. That's probably one of the reasons why people don't play with the alt thing turned on, because if you're in combat and you're trying to do something, you might end up, So I'm going to come up here real quick, and I'm going to go to this pot, and I'm going to put this meat in there, and I'm going to roast the meat, because that's all I can do. Boom. I cooked it up. Now I have roasted fatty meat, and it's no longer stolen. So that's done. I'll go back to my little shed, and I will go ahead and call this the first episode of Stoneshard. Thank you for watching. I will catch you homies, honeys, homegirls, husbandos, and waifus in the next one. I'm O Sense, and I'm OUT out. Deuces.